Saltburn, an old Victorian town nestled in the North Yorkshire coast, renowned for housing the oldest water-balanced cliff lift in the country. The question on my mind is it worth visiting? Well, we're about to find out. Now, as I said, Saltburn is famous for its water-balanced cliff lift, but the cliff lift is actually shut for maintenance at the minute. But I'll still show you what I can show you. One of the many iconic views of Saltburn is Hunt Cliff. It is a cliff that you can go from Saltburn all the way to Skinning Grove, I believe. I've not actually done that walk before, so that's something I'll have to try out at some point. But of an iconic landmark on the North Yorkshire coast. Unfortunately, when the cliff lift isn't working, you do have to go up the stairs or down the stairs. Going down is not the issue, it's coming back up. There are 171 steps from top to bottom, and I had to climb these steps quite regularly when I worked at the tramway, because if I was needed at the top station and the trams were busy, this was the only other way back up. It is very tiring. But yeah, so the tram. What happens is there's a tank that's filled with rainwater at the top. When the trams are ready to depart, the top tram gets filled with water. Once the top tram is heavier than the tram at the bottom, the top tram will start moving away. The operator will then stop the trams, fill it up with a bit more water, and then control the trams as it descends to the bottom station. And as the top tram goes up, as the top tram goes down, the bottom tram goes up. It is basically a pulley system, and it was designed in the Victorian era, and we still have it today, nearly 145 years on. It is phenomenal how Victorian engineering is still admired and appreciated to this day. Once the tram reaches the bottom station, it empties its tank into the tank at the bottom, and when we need to, we pump the water straight back up to the top, and the cycle begins again. So, in short, that is how the tram works. It is a simple pulley system that counterbalances each other. So yeah, that's the tram. Let me show you what the bottom promenade looks like. Saltburn isn't like most seaside towns. We only have one arcade, and it's quite a small arcade, but it's fun. If you've got £10 to spare, it's quite fun to do. Arcades are arcades. Nothing says seaside town quite like an arcade. It is that said arcade, and it also leads onto the pier, which is pretty fun. I'm now on the pier, and as I said earlier, the pier is the most northern pier on the Yorkshire coast. Redcar used to have a pier, but it got storm damaged in the 1900s, and they didn't get the money to rebuild it. Saltburn used to be 3 times longer than it currently is, but again, like Redcar, it got storm damaged. So, unlike Redcar, they were able to get the funding to repair what is left today. Obviously, as you can see, you've got the tramway in the back, you've got Hunt Cliff to the side, and then on the other side, you've got Redcar and beyond. It is such a beautiful seaside town to visit. And yes, I might be a bit biased, having lived here for a couple of years, having worked on the tramway. There is definitely some bias there. But honestly, coming back after not being here for a little while, yeah, it's wonderful. The only issue is house prices are through the roof, and that's why, unfortunately, I don't live here anymore. But yeah, so that's the pier. I'll see you back in town. I have just climbed up the 171 steps. My God, they don't get easier. Whew. Yeah, it is definitely a workout, that's for sure. I am now going to be heading into the town centre, getting the train home, and getting something to eat. So guys, if you've enjoyed today's video, please drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.